this is Greg Hawks again. This is Sourcing Thing a Week 17. And what I'm going to be doing today is unboxing Seekout. We're going to take a dive into the tool Seekout and just so I can show you a couple things that you can do with it. I really like it. It's a great tool. About $100 a month. And right now, my team at HMH, we're evaluating different tools and different technologies. Just in general, Seekout has great search capabilities. They've got great exporting features. If you're not a data miner nerd like me, but so I'm just going to show you a couple things that you can do with it, and a couple of cool tricks that you can do as well. So you can start here in this main page, search for pretty much anything you're looking for. Let me try an Angular engineer just to see what we get. And you pull up a list here. And right now I could tell that this is pulling a lot from LinkedIn, which is fine. I mean, that's where a lot of engineers are. And let's see if I put in Boston. And you can use Boolean here too, which is good. That's still pretty accurate to what I'm looking for. And you can use all these filters here. You can look in New York City. I mean, and this mirrors LinkedIn a lot, just because they have some of the same filters on LinkedIn. But one of the cool things is you can also search on GitHub. And I'm doing simple searches here. I mean, you can get pretty complex with Boolean. If I can spell right. And again, I mean, you can look at Seek Out Coder Score, JavaScript. I mean, they've got a lot of great things here. And one of the things I really like seeing with this search is that it has the GitHub account. It also has the LinkedIn account, so you've got 2 points of contact if you need. And you can also get contact info. You've got a personal email there. You can add to project. What's this more? Add notes, add email. And look at this, all these social profiles here. Let's see if it's a yeah, so I mean, I know they're working on this. I mean, this is really the future here. Is a lot of times these aggregators will do a search on here based on the screen name, and that's probably not him. But it's really sketchy, and it's hard to really do that from an uh, external engine. But see, that one does work. So that's AngelList, and really, he's got a personal website here on AngelList. So I'm really hoping that Seekout taps into a little bit of this because I mean they've definitely on the right track. The other thing you can do is you can look on social networks, and this reminds me of HireTool a lot because I mean look at all this stuff. I mean you can look specifically on any of these websites. I really like seeing Google Scholar patents. Um, it might be good if they had something like Google Patents because Google Patents has a lot of information on there as well. And the thing is, they can always add more and more. I've seen some of these IT repositories that I don't see on a lot of different websites too. So I mean, I've seen Stack, I've seen GitHub. Um, AngelList is another one. Code Project is not one that I see a lot. CoderWall is one I haven't used. I would like to see something like Bitbucket or some of the other repositories out there. Like I'll show you guys here. So these are all the repositories that I found. Where's the other one that I really liked? I was able to find some on Bitbucket. I mean, even Meetup. Do they have Meetup on here? Let's see if they have Meetup on here. They have About Me. That's great. They have Behance. I'm glad to see Behance. Maybe Medium for designers as well. And these are the main ones. I mean, like Instagram. You can find a lot of people on Instagram. So let me look for a graphic designer on Instagram. Let me see if I can do publishing. Oh, look, my search credits are going down too. I mean, you can do a lot of searches. I totally am gonna go through that in probably a month with all the different searches that I do. So you know what? And I didn't put. Let me just look in Boston. Okay, I got 145 candidates. I've got direct links. Look at this. I mean, direct link. You can view the profile. Let's see if we can view the profile. Yeah, and the cool thing about Instagram is you can see a lot of what they do. This looks like a company page though. This is probably a person. Yeah, this is a person. And if you log into Instagram, a lot of times, if I can remember my password, it'll give you the email. But what I did see, actually, that's not going to work. What I did see is that she has her own webpage, and whenever you find somebody with their own webpage, typically you can find their email because their email will be somewhere on their webpage. So look, direct email. Ah, there you go. Mail to. Look at that. There's a direct email. Okay, so I didn't have to dig very far. Okay, let me get off my tangent. And so I want to export these. I have a good list here. Well, maybe not the greatest list, but I have a pretty good list of people that I'm interested. You can literally click on the people that you like, and you don't have to use data miner. Actually, let me take out the first two because those are web pages. Say I like that person. I like Monica Gold. I like her. And I'm sure you can refine this to look for specifically profiles too. So say I want to export for view in Excel online. Let's see what happens here. Look at that. Okay. So keep in mind, this is Instagram, so it's not going to have as much information as like a LinkedIn, but direct link. This is a direct link. This is what we need more than anything. Direct link to person, number of followers. Look at that. She's got a ton of followers. Some more information here. Let's see what it looks like on LinkedIn, just to as a comparative analysis type deal. Let's say, let's say, I'm just do these folks as a previous search. But let's see what happens when I pull these into an export. Okay, so this was 4 people that I selected. Okay, you get the source, obviously, first name, last name, public URL for LinkedIn, location, state, country, industry, connection. I don't know what that means. Current company, current title, past company, years of experience, all this stuff. Okay, I mean look at all that stuff. that's definitely something you can add into a CRM. We're using Avature right now, so this is exactly the information that we need to upload into our CRM to build a profile for this person and have a reference point. Let's see. The only thing is all these people are pretty much from LinkedIn, so I'm glad that they have this uh, outside of LinkedIn, but kind of like HireTool, you have to search these profile sites one at a time. I don't really see um, aggregation of multiple profile sites outside of GitHub, which I'd like to see more of. I'd like to see a lot more of this, like pulling from GitHub. Maybe have a separate one of these for AngelList, because AngelList, even though it's user dictated as far as profiles go, I mean, there's a lot of people that put all of their profiles out there on AngelList. So that's one of the reasons why I made that video about aggregating from AngelList, because I was kind of blown away that there's that much information out there. So social, I really like the fact that they have all these different social networks, even though you have to search for them one by one. Archinect is for architects, so I'm always happy to see stuff like that out there. Um, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I definitely see the advantage, especially if you don't have a lot of data extraction knowledge of using this. They have built-in contact finding tools as well. So this is overall, I think this is great. I mean, I definitely think it's worth the return on investment if you've got a group of sourcers and they're not nerdy about uh, using data miner or extracting information on a regular basis. So I'm gonna play with this more, because I mean, like, look at this. Look at all these filters. So I did a couple general searches, but you can look by years of experience. You can look by state, country. I mean, you've got all these security clearance, U.S. work authorization, lots of different filters to build your short list. And then you can extract your short list, and then you can put your short list into your CRM and go from there. So this definitely is where I think technology is headed. I think it's headed in the right direction. I see a lot of functionality here. When I first saw this, I guess it was maybe a few years ago. I mean, it wasn't as it's definitely grown and they've advanced it tremendously. So I really am happy to see a lot of this built-in functionality, and I think Anoop and his team are just going to keep building on to this. Hopefully they'll take some of the suggestions that I mentioned today, but overall I think this is a great tool. I mean, honestly, I see why a lot of my friends are speaking really highly of it, and I'll definitely be using this the next couple of months and seeing what I can find. So, thanks for joining me. If you like what you see, please share and subscribe. Let's see how many sourcers, recruiters, uh, people in talent acquisition that we can help out. One of the reasons I do this is to help spread knowledge and help advance our tools. So please share and subscribe, and let's see what we can do. Thanks.